A very good afternoon, everyone. Today, we assemble here to celebrate International Women's Day 2024. There is no limit to what we, as women, can accomplish. With this beautiful saying, I would like to wish you all a very happy International Women's Day. Now, I request our chief guest, Srimati Lakshmi Ramadas, along with our Dr. Purnima Jailhal, Dr. G. Leda, and Dr. Vijay Ravichandran, to come up on the dais. Director will join us shortly. We warmly welcome our esteemed chief guest with bouquet. Everyone kindly rise for invocation.
या कुन्देन्दु तुषारहार धवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्कर प्रभृतिभिः देवै सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापा निःशेषजाड्यापा निःशेषजाड्यापा.
Now I request Dr. Purnima Jailhal to welcome the gathering. Ma'am, please.
A very good evening. And also, I wish everybody a very happy International Women's Day. We have been doing this celebration for the past several years and largely under the leadership of Dr. Lata and Dr. Vijaya. It has always been a very uh, interesting and event that most people would look forward to. First of all, I'd like to welcome everybody here to this year's Women's Day celebration. And my heartiest welcome to Mrs. Lakshmi Ramdas. We thank her for coming here today and accepting our invitation. So I just want to say a very big welcome to our chief guest today. Dr. Ramdas, please. Dr. Ramdas will join shortly because he has a meeting with the minister, which got delayed. Um, Talking about the Women's Day in general, and uh, first of all, I'm very happy to see the hall full with a lot of men also participating, and that should be the spirit. We should all celebrate it together. Uh, just a few words to say that, why do we celebrate it? There are a lot of naysayers who say it should not be tokenism. I mean, why do we celebrate it? Women and women's empowerment, all these are the buzzwords today. But, uh, if you just take it in a very simple way, one thing is it is a celebration. Okay. We do celebrate so many festivities, so many, festivals in the country. And so we need to celebrate, and this is one occasion that brings everyone together, and it brings all the women together, it kind of adds to the solidarity. It also kind of, embellishes the fact that we women in this institute, we can work together, and we are all in this research and technology development together at all levels in the institute. So from that perspective, when you see it, it has been a very enjoyable set of years while celebrating Women's Day. And this year also, there were so many activities which they will talk about briefly. The number of women also has increased tremendously in the last few years, which I'm sure the numbers again will be told to you later. But you can see the dynamics changing, the the statistics of the institute and the population, actually the balance, the balance is slowly increasing, and that is really a very good thing to see, because unlike uh, the sciences which are dominated by women, or the medical sciences for that matter, which are dominated by women, technology development is still has still sees lower number of women. Women in the STEM scene are still less, and though STEM itself is less, we are ocean technology, and this is even more less. Marine sciences, marine technology, and ocean, as it is less in the country, and therefore we are quite underrepresented there. So, from that perspective, that we need to do things together, and we are the fact that we are in this room, I think we are all empowered, otherwise we would not have been here. So at all levels there is an empowerment happened. We have decided to work here, and we are trying to put our might together towards nation building. So in that sense, we are already empowered. What is needed, though, is to increase our numbers, and what is needed is to work together as equals and not being seen as a different breed. So that is the reason why celebrations of this kind are important to us, to our male colleagues as well, so that we all work together in a nice and friendly atmosphere. So, having said all that, I once again welcome all of you to this year's Women's Day celebration. And we have already had a few activities and a few talks and things. Uh, Today's will be the culmination of the entire program, and awards will also be given for prizes will be given for those who have won all the competitions. So I welcome you for this program, and thank you all for your participation as well as coming in large numbers. Once again, a hearty welcome. Thank you.
Now I request Dr. G. Leda to brief about women in NIOT.
Good afternoon, everybody. The chief guest, Mrs. Lakshmi Ramdas, Dr. Purnima, Dr. Vijay Ravichandran, staff of NIOT and NCCR, and ladies and gentlemen, very happy International Women's Day. I just thought I will first talk about first I should convey that I'm very happy to see more women in this hall. At least 50-50. I think the men and women numbers are equal and the hall is full. So we are very happy that the Women's Day function is really going well. See, I mean, many are newcomers here, so I will just tell which numbers we started and where we are today. In 1994, it was only 2 women out of 10. Total numbers were only 10. The institute was started in 93 November. And after 20 years, in 2014, the number of women was 40. I mean, 21 were the scientific stream and 19 were the admin stream. After that, in 2024, I mean, 10 years after that, that number has not increased. I'm talking about the regular stream. I'm talking about the regular stream. In the regular stream, the number of men, it is 132. But whereas the number of women is 39 only. I mean, the number scientific stream remains 21 and the admin stream remains 18. But this is about the regular strength I've talked about. I wish this number of women in the regular stream goes up in the coming years. That's the first thing I want to convey. But coming to the overall numbers, including all the modes, the project outsource, all the modes in NIOT, that number is increasing actually. I can tell you the figures. I mean, between 2014 and 2022, the number of women generally has been 90, 95, 99, like that. This year, when I took the numbers, it is 134. It's a big jump. I mean, I'm talking about all the numbers, all the modes of recruitment. So this type of jump, increase in the numbers is what we expect or what we should aim for in the coming years also. And I mean, totally the NIOT strength is 555 or something I heard. And in that, this is 134. I mean, it's still less than 30% only. We have not reached a good number yet, but there is a progress. So in the coming years, I wish these number of women employees become more. Having said that, I will again touch upon one more point also. When I talk about the women scientists in regular mode, uh, we are 15 numbers. Scientists, I'm talking about women scientists in regular mode 15. In that, 4 of us joined with a direct PhD. The rest, though, did not join with a direct PhD. The career enhancement part, how women have been progressing, I just want to touch upon. Among the 15, 4 joined directly with PhD. 3 registered for PhD after joining NIOT. They got their degrees already. 6 are currently doing PhD who will be getting their degrees in the next 1 or 2 years. And only 2 more will be left. I'm sure they'll also be doing that. And even in the scientific as officer stream, there are 6 women are there. And in that also there are PhDs and people who have registered for PhDs and who have been enhancing their skills. So that should, I mean, it should be the motto. I mean, how constantly you enhance your career by enhancing your qualification. So that has been there in the women in NIOT. And I think in the, as I said, in the years to come, the number of women will be more. And along with their interest in enhancing their qualification, and together we should be able to contribute more to the realization of NIOT's vision. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. As part of our Women's Day celebration, we have organized special lectures and competitions. Now I request Srimati Amuda to brief about the events.
Good evening, all. As a part of International Women's Day 2024, 2 invited talks were organized on March 4th and 5th. The first online talk was uh, on women's health. This was delivered by Dr. Shanmuga Priya. She is a gynecologist. Her talk was very useful and informative. She gave about all stages of life, how to take care of it. The next second talk was by Dr. Miss Durga Das. She is a CEO of Aeronera Company. She is an entrepreneur. Also, she is a sportsman and she is a biker. Also, she is a kind of sailor woman. She has built many successful startups in her career and her talk was very inspiring. The third yoga session was conducted by Mrs. Purnima Kaulakar from Krishnamacharya Yoga Mayam. She taught many special asanas and postures for women. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I would like to request Dr. A. Malarkudi to brief about the competitions.
Good evening, one and all present here. I am honored to present the competition conducted for the past 2 days to honor the women who dedicate their time and energy to NIOT tirelessly without seeking any recognition. I hope you understand whom I'm speaking about. Yes, they are women in self-help group. So one quiz competition was conducted on March 4th. Totally 48 people participated. So there were they were enjoying like anything. So other more than competition, so they were enjoying that 1 hour. So it was very nice. And the second competition was Dam Charades for both men and women on 5th March. So we more than 9 team participated. So it was overwhelming response from NIOT. Thanks to the judges, Dr. B.K. Janasar and Dr. Satyanarayana. The third event was a cookery competition. Today morning it was conducted. So this is a veg salad preparation for both men and women. Totally 9 teams participated. So this was evaluated based on taste, presentation, creativity, and overall execution. Thanks to the judges, Dr. Fanikumar sir and our senior administration officer, Dr. Sankara Ramasubramaniam. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I request our first woman staff, Srimati Reddy, to introduce our chief guest. Ma'am, please.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, and my dear friends, good evening all. I feel extremely honored to introduce the chief guest, Srimati Lakshmi Ramadas. Madam did BSc from Andhra University, obtained her MSc in chemistry from Anna University, Chennai, Bachelor of Education from Indira Gandhi Open University, MPhil in chemistry from Bhagadasan University. Madam has got a diploma in computer applications, worked as a chemistry lecturer in different colleges. Currently, Madam is working as a PG teacher in Guru Nanak Higher Secondary Matriculation School. We are very grateful to Madam for accepting our invitation and marking her presence here. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Now it's time to honor our chief guest. I request Dr. Purnima Jalihal to felicitate Srimati Lakshmi Ramadas with a shot. Thank you, ma'am. And I request Dr. G. Leda to present the memento as a token of gratitude. Thank you, ma'am. Now I would like to invite Srimati Anuradha to announce the list of winners. And I request Srimati Lakshmi Ramadas ma'am to distribute the prizes to the winners.
The prize winner for the quiz competition conducted for self-help group on 4th March is first prize goes to team G, Miss Loikanaiki, Miss Vanita, Miss A. Mallika, Miss A. Geeta, Miss N. Sumati, Miss R. Tiruvedi, and Miss Muniamma. The second prize goes to Team B, Miss G. Malati, Miss K. Samburnam, Miss E. Ambiga, Miss P. Pungode, Miss S. Alamelu, Miss R. Lakshavadi, Miss E. Kalaivani. The third prize goes to Team C, Miss Vimala, Miss S. Selvi, Miss S. Tangam, Miss K. Priyamma, Miss K. Selvi, Miss M. Pushpa, Miss L. Unnamalai. Next, the prize winners for Damsharas competition conducted for NIOT staff members on 5th March. First prize goes to Sudha and team. Sudha from SFD, Tamil Chelvi from Energy and Freshwater Group, Rajalakshmi and Venkatramani from CE Group. First, second prize goes to Anuvinda and team. Anuvinda, Shanmugapriya and Ashwini from CE Group, Stalin from DST Group. I request the Atom to call welcome for the Women's Day celebrations.
Welcome him here. You welcome him on me. A warm welcome to the director on behalf of all the women of NIOT.
The third prize goes to Sudarmani and team. Sudarshini OOS Group, Rajalakshmi, Gayatri, Venkatesh and Anand Kumar from SNP, Stores and Purchase Section. Next prize winners for the cookery competition conducted today for the NIOT staff members. First prize DST group, Mr. D. Prakash, Ms. T. Sasikala and Ms. M. A. Sarunlal. Second prize goes to Energy and Freshwater Group. Ms. V. Sivagama Sundari, Mr. Abhijit Sajain, Mr. Loka Prasanna. Third prize goes to CMC team, Ms. Revati, Ms. Rajalakshmi, and Mr. Tarun Sinha. Now I request the judges to come to stage. The judges for Damsharas competition is Dr. Basanta Kumar Jaina and Dr. Satyanarayana. The judges for cookery competition, Dr. SVS Vanikumar and Sri V. Sankara Ramasubramaniam. Please come to stage, sir. Congratulations to all the prize winners. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I request our director to address the gathering. So,
Friends from NIOT and NCCR, especially Lavender Gang, I call them. Guest of the day, Mrs. A. Lakshmi. Very good afternoon and warm wishes on International Women's Day. I'm telling actually it's really warm wishes to all of you because it's not that NIOT women are celebrating International Women's Day. NIOT is celebrating. We are all celebrating. What is special about NIOT celebrations? Can you tell me? Other people observe Women's Day. NIOT celebrates Women's Day because NIOT women know that they are equal. NIOT women, they know that they are successful. So they don't demand equality. They feel equal. They know that they are equal and they know that their contributions are equal. And sometimes I say they are more than equal. And sometimes we men have to demand equality in NIOT. So it's a true celebration in NIOT. It's not just observation. And how do we celebrate? NIOT women, they don't talk about how they are deprived or how they need the rights and all. They don't do all that. They celebrate. They celebrate their freedom. They celebrate their own strength. And they celebrate by arranging different competitions, different talks. Really, it's a innovative way of celebrating. I think I don't know, maybe sometimes I get confused with these different events, but last time it was, I think, millets or something like that. And one time it was cooking without fire. It was really fantastic, actually. I saw fire without cooking, uh, but that was the first time I saw cooking without fire. And it was really delicious, actually, all the items. So it's always something novel. And the talks arranged by by your organizers is that sometimes it was about the uh, what to say, financial independence of women or financial security of women. Sometimes it's about the health. It's always something positivity. There is no negativity. There is no actually saying that we are deprived and all. Always there is a positive connotation. So hats off to NIOT women for that one. And I always actually there is only one thing common in all the Women's Day celebrations. That is ragging of the director who was in position at that day, actually. So I think today also there is no exception for that one. But from my side, I always try to provoke because I think what's say political correctness kills the debate. Okay. So I always ask questions actually. People say, oh, we always celebrate Women's Day. There is no Men's Day. So why do we celebrate Women's Day? I want one man in the audience to answer this question. Anybody? If there are no volunteers, I'll choose the volunteer. Volunteers, please. Yes, Rini, I expected. That's very good, really. Anybody else? I request Professor Manal Zakaria to say something. Why do we celebrate Women's Day? Actually, it's an international comment, really. Okay, I'll tell you why. Actually, I came late, so I just kept you waiting and you might be bored. So I'll tell you one story. One classical singer was singing in a concert. He sang one kirtana. People said once more. He sang again. Then people said encore. He sang again. After singing it 6 times, he asked, how many times do you have to sing? Then they told, till you sing it right, till you sing it properly, you have to sing like that. So why we are celebrating Women's Day is that we men are not learning. We are not getting the message. So till we get our message, Women's Day will be celebrated like this. Okay. And it needs to be celebrated. It's men have to be taught actually how to take women seriously. What is meant by equality? That's why it is being celebrated. That day, actually, already in NIOT, I was telling that they don't feel the need for celebrating a special day, but really it becomes a celebration instead of actually a day of really actually telling actually how they are deprived or how to fight for the rights and all. So this has to happen all over the world. And who teaches? You women, actually, you are the first teachers. Mother is the first teacher for the child, whether it is boy or a girl, actually. Do we teach our boys how to treat women? Do we teach our boys that they are equal? Then we have to really ask ourselves, actually. We have to teach. And do we teach our girls that they are equal? Do we teach our girls that they have to take themselves very seriously? So you are the teachers. Mother is the first teacher. I have seen that one. A father cannot substitute mother. However close I was to my daughter, okay, when she was young, when she comes home from the school, the first thing or first person she wants to meet is mother. So she want to tell actually what happened in school. She wants to learn. Any boy also, it's the same thing, I believe. Okay, so what I suggest is that you are the best teacher. You teach boys how to be good men. Okay, and you should teach girls actually how they are actually equal. Okay, and this is really a lesson. I see, though I digress a bit. We put our child in the motorcycle in the front, and when nobody is watching, the police is not watching, we cross the red light and we cross. And then child feels thrilled. See how smart my father is. He's cheating the system. Okay. That's what he learns. Cheating the system. So it is we who teach our children. And we blame it on teachers that they have to teach. They have to, no, they can only teach up to something. But one thing I'm telling you, there is no substitute for mother and father teaching the children, and more responsibility is on mother. I know it is an extra burden. I see NIOT women, they participate in the meetings. They are very serious. They give their views and they really contribute well. And it becomes 6:30, 7 o'clock. They don't grumble. But when it strikes, when the meeting is over, the way they get up and rush because they know their kids are waiting for them. So you are not just equal. You are more than equal. So you have special responsibility that we realize that one. Hats off to you. I keep repeating myself, but during COVID peak time when I came there, I don't want to take the name of those three ladies. They were sitting and making our accounts. I asked them, are you not afraid? They said, no, sir, tomorrow salaries have to be paid. That is a dedication of Indian or NIOT women. And at the time, we were struggling to keep our ships floating. Somehow we were making the cruises and all. Two women came and said, we want to go there. I was really amazed by their commitment. They wanted to show that NIOTians are still using the ship, still we are doing something. There was no compulsion. I was a bit hesitant to allow them to sail, but they sailed. So I can give any number of examples. So NIOT women are different actually. They they demand, they didn't demand their freedom. They earned their freedom. They earned their equality. Okay. And also, I want to mention that always from NIOT, a nil report goes. That women, I don't know what it's called. We jovially call it harassment committee. And harassment committee chairman is Dr. Lata. So, but always nil report goes. Actually, it speaks volumes of NIOT's character. But I say that the credit goes to NIOT men. I applaud them. But again, lot of credit goes to NIOT women because the dignity with which you carry yourself, it doesn't allow us to really misbehave. Okay. So that is your character. That is your dignity. That's how you conduct yourself. Really, we salute you. And again, before I conclude, I ask, we always talk about women's freedom, women's rights, women's equality. Who decides what a woman should do? Okay, men should not decide. That's one thing that's we accepted. A feminist or anybody should tell you that no, you should not sit at home. You should work. Or somebody should, your in-law or somebody should say that no, you should not go to work. It's not the case. Actually, I feel that you should decide. A woman should decide what she wants to do. He wants to be at home. I tell you, actually, the contribution of a housewife is nothing less than a man who earns the bread for the family. Okay. So it is nothing less, actually. It's much more. It's not quantifiable. You cannot quantify that one, but it's much more. So women should have the proper education and proper freedom to choose what they want to do. If they want to be the president of America, if they want to be the Prime Minister of India, Director of NIOT, anything, they should be able to choose their this thing. But if they want to stay at home, again, they should be able to choose. Nobody should force a woman to make a decision. And that is the real freedom. Freedom is not really like somebody tells you that this is your freedom. No, you should decide. For doing that one, you should have proper education. Okay, that is your right. So this, so no, let nobody decide for you. And no decision like we all wear lavender saris. That is fine. Okay, but your life decision should be taken by you. And I hope the same trend continues in NIOT. I see there are 3 group heads and 2 section heads are women, and nobody gave them. Okay, and automatically they became the heads actually. So I would like to see more and more women coming up like that. I'm naturally partial because I have a daughter. So, and I am proud to have a daughter. Okay. And hope this same trend will continue in NIOT, and we'll be celebrating Women's Day in true sense. And once again, my warm wishes to all of you on this wonderful day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for those empowering words. Now, I would like to request Dr. Vijay Ravichandran to propose vote of thanks.
Dear Lakshmi Ramdas ma'am, Director NIOT, Dr. Purnima, Dr. Lata, and all the scientists and other NIOT members and the self-help group. It's a privilege to propose a vote of thanks, especially I do it every year on the Women's Day. So, sir, that was a really emotional, moving speech about being a mother. I think myself and Lakshmi wept, isn't it? So it was really, truly emotional. Thank you very much for understanding the emotions. That's very nice of you. And I thank the director NIOT for his wholehearted support. And it was always like we never had to tell him that it is Women's Day. He will ask, preempt us a month ahead. When is Women's Day? When are you going to celebrate? So thank you very much for that. And I thank the chief guest, Mrs. Lakshmi Ramdas, for taking time off her schedule because the examinations are going on and she's very busy with her schedules. She has taken time off and come to be with us here today. Thank you very much, ma'am. And every time I thank the organizers first, at least this time I want to thank Solomon first. Because without Solomon, there is no Women's Day without Solomon. Anybody can come or not. Solomon has to be there. Thank you very much, Solomon. And I have to thank all the organizers and coordinators who really, they were all busy last week with the WSA conference, and still they managed to pull up and come back and conduct all this conference, all these competitions, because it's not easy. It's like running a political rally here. You have to call people, you have to tempt them with so many things to make them participate. So it's a very difficult task. Of course, self-help group women, we have to thank them. They participated wholeheartedly. நன்றிம்மா, ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா இருந்தோம் நீங்க வந்து எல்லாம் சந்தோஷமா சேர்ந்து வந்தது. Thank you very much. So Dr. Malarkodi was so busy last week. Fully she had no time and she has her children exams going on. Dr. Amuda also was busy last week, and Dr. Josia. All of them have found time to come back and conduct these events. My wholehearted thanks to Sarojini Maurya, Shamla, and Vijay Lakshmi of Stores and Purchase, who really put themselves in front, and they've done a lot of work. And it's like I said, it's not just conducting the conference, the competition, just not taking the names and conducting. They had to pull people, force them into participating, and finally, everybody has enjoyed it. And if you would have seen that all our competitions, we make it make it such that men also participate, so that you all come here at least for receiving the prizes. Thank you very much. And it has always been customary to get senior scientists as judges, because they're always here with the director. He's not left alone with the women. So we make it a point to get senior scientists here. And I recall that we had such wonderful days previously with quiz for the senior scientists on the same stage. And Dr. Ramdas, the director, is the last of the people who is left out. Everybody has gone away. You must recall Dr. Atmanan, Dr. Venkatesh, and Dr. Rajat. All of you and Purnima used to rag you on the stage with the quiz competitions. It was a lot of fun. So all those days, I think it should continue. And I thank the finance and SNP for their cooperation in getting the funds for organizing this function, and the estate and security section for helping us to with the auditorium and the security. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. We request now all women staff to assemble in front of the auditorium for a group photo along with our director and chief guest. Yes. After the photo section, I requesting you all to join for high tea arranged at Mandan Hall. Kindly proceed. Yes. I request not only women staff, entire staff, please assemble in front of auditorium for taking the photo section.
The photo session is only for women, chief guest, and director. So he will be one man with all of us, and the high tea is for everyone. Please join.
Stall man.